All right, let's dive into one of the most bizarre and honestly creepy questions in all of biology. It's a fact that sounds like it's straight out of a horror movie, but is it actually science? We're talking, of course, about the headless cockroach. You've probably heard this one before, right? It's one of those weird trivia facts that gets passed around. But is there any truth to it? Can this little insect really survive what, for us, would be the most final injury imaginable? Well, the answer is a definitive yes. It's absolutely true. A cockroach can live for weeks after being decapitated. And the reason why isn't some kind of magic trick. It's a masterclass in biology that is completely, totally alien to our own. So, how on earth is this possible? This isn't just a party trick. It's a really fascinating window into the evolutionary strategies that have made cockroaches the planet's ultimate survivors. But to really appreciate just how incredible this is, we first have to understand why losing our heads is, instantly fatal for us. It all comes down to three huge, catastrophic system failures. So for a human, it's game over for three immediate reasons. One, massive blood loss from our high-pressure circulatory system. Two, breathing, which is controlled by our brain, just stops. And three, we obviously can't get oxygen without a mouth and lungs. Now, here's the crazy part. The cockroach has a biological workaround for every single one of those problems. So let's break down the cockroach's three biological superpowers, the secrets that allow it to defy what for us is certain immediate death. Okay, first things first, the most immediate problem, that open neck wound. How in the world does a cockroach avoid bleeding to death in seconds?
The answer is they don't have blood vessels like we do. Cockroaches have what's called an open circulatory system. Their blood, it's called hemolymph, just kind of sloshes around inside their body at a very, very low pressure. There are no arteries to burst, no high-pressure jets of blood to worry about.
And because that pressure is so low, the wound at the neck just clots. It seals itself off almost immediately. There's no catastrophic, uncontrolled bleeding. So fatal problem number one for a human is a total non-issue for a cockroach. All right, so problem one is solved. They don't bleed out. But what about breathing? No head means no mouth, no nose. How is that body getting the oxygen it needs to survive? Well, they do it through these tiny little holes called spiracles. You can think of them as a whole series of little nostrils running all along the sides of the cockroach's body. These holes let air directly into a network of tubes that deliver oxygen straight to the tissues. The head and the brain are completely out of the loop. Okay, now for the big one. Even if it's not bleeding out and it can still breathe, how can a body possibly function without its central command center? How can it stand or walk or react to anything at all? Here's the crucial difference. A cockroach doesn't really have one central command center. Its nervous system is decentralized. It has these clusters of nerves called ganglia all through its body segments, and each one acts like a little mini brain, controlling local reflexes. That's why the headless body can still stand up, walk around, and even react to touch. It's basically running on a distributed network of autopilots. So the cockroach survives the initial trauma. It can breathe, it hasn't bled out, and its body can still move around. But it's not immortal. The clock is now ticking. So how long does it have? This is the astonishing part. An incredible amount of time, up to several weeks. I mean, that is just an unbelievable lifespan for a creature with such a catastrophic injury. So what finally gets it? It's not the lack of a head, but what comes with it, the lack of a mouth. The headless body eventually just dies from dehydration because it can't drink water, or it starves. It could also get an infection, like mold growing on the open wound. But the key thing is, the injury itself is not what kills. This incredible ability isn't just some isolated party trick. It's actually part of a much larger blueprint for survival that makes cockroaches one of the most resilient orders of animals on Earth. And surviving without a head is just one piece of this puzzle. They can also live for a month without any food. They can hold their breath for 40 minutes, and they can withstand levels of radiation that would be completely lethal for humans. Each of these abilities helps explain their incredible success. And that success is written into the history of our planet. Cockroaches have been around for over 300 million years. That means they were here long before the dinosaurs, and they survived the asteroid that wiped them out, along with 4 other mass extinction events. Their biology is just fundamentally built for endurance. So, the headless cockroach is so much more than just a creepy fact.
It's a profound example of how diverse and, frankly, how strange the strategies for life can be. It really forces you to ask, what does it truly take to survive, and what other bizarre biological solutions are still out there just waiting to be understood?